Webheads, this is my top 10 most anticipated comics for August 31st, 2022. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Guys, it's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and also stay tuned for those noteworthy comics also getting ready to be released. So, guys, it's the 5th week of the month, and there's not a lot of comics coming out. I had to go deep into the well to find things. So let's jump into this week's hot seat. And this week's hot seat book goes to the Flash 2022 Annual. Listen, I know people have been enjoying Flash. I just haven't really gotten into it because I haven't really tried it. But I don't want to really try it with an annual. So this is the book that's on the hot seat this week. And it has to do with Wally and Linda as they're going to go on an adventure of their own, as Linda has recently gotten powers and whatnot. So yeah, it's just an adventure with these two. Take it for what it is. Again, it's an annual. Sometimes these books mean something, sometimes they don't. But it's 48 pages and it's $6, guys. So do you want to take the chance on it? So this week's book that's on the rise, at least for me, even though I haven't read very much of it, this one goes to Superman War World Apocalypse issue 1. So the reason why I'm going to pick this up is because it's a number 1, and maybe it will catch me up to what's been going on in Action Comics, as it looks like we're going to get the final battle between Superman and Mongol. And I've heard so much good stuff about this, but when I picked it up in the middle of the story arc, I had no idea what was going on. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this overall. Is this just a one-shot, the finale of what's been going on, or is this going to be a mini? I don't 100% know. It is a larger book, so based off of my assumption here, I'm thinking this is a one-shot. This is 56 pages, and this is a $7 book. Man, oh man. Coming in at number 10, and honestly, I'm probably not going to pick this up because I haven't read it in a while, but I'm putting that here for you guys in case you're still reading it. This is House of Slaughter issue 8. And it says, the Scarlet arc of House of Slaughter continues as Edwin's search for a legendary monster goes horribly amiss. So it looks like this was the guy that was drawing stuff, and maybe it like comes true or whatnot. I don't even remember. I thought House of Slaughter was a great idea, but it just wasn't, it just didn't fit the same for me for some particular reason than the original series, so I kind of dropped off of it. I know there are some people still reading it out there, but I'm very curious to hear what you guys are thinking about when it comes to House of Slaughter now. All right, so that's 32 pages, and that one is $4. So moving on to number 9. Like I said, guys, I was grasping for straws when it came for this week's comics. This one comes from Scout Comics. This is called Mr. Esta, issue 1. I mean, you can check out the cover. It looks pretty badass. Reminds me of like a Rocket Raccoon thing. Mr. Esta has this help with a teleportation parasite who can also transform into any handheld weapon imaginable. So, I don't know, it's like he's some kind of maybe like bounty hunter or whatever the case it may be. I don't know, it looks like some kind of comical book. God, I don't even know what to say. Mr. Esta, issue 1. If you want to check it out, I might check it out since it's a light week. Looks like it could be something different, $5. Alright, now we get into some real stuff here. Coming in at number 8, we have Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, issue 4. So I read the first issue of it. I thought the first issue was pretty cool. I usually don't spend my money a lot on these Black, White, and Blood books. They're just kind of like throwaway stories or anthology books and whatnot. Not saying that they're not bad. They're actually pretty cool. But again, I read so much different stuff that these ones kind of get pushed to the side. But we have stories done by Christopher Cantwell, Alex Lins, Nadia Shamas, and Dante, can't say the name of that person. So, yeah, it's just more stuff when it comes to Moon Knight. that's all I have to say about that book. 36 pages, $5. Man, what a pathetic countdown. Next, coming in at number 7, we have Wonder Girl, the 2022 annual. When it comes to this book, I probably will pick it up because I actually am a Wonder Girl fan. I enjoyed her ongoing series for a little while, and then it wound up getting canceled, but I love the artwork in it as well, and it looks like this is continuing off of the Trial of Amazons. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I always enjoyed the character, and it sucks how the mighty have fallen. This character, Yara Flora, has got so much popularity so soon. She blew up. She was supposed to have a show, and then it went from the show being canceled to the comic being canceled to hardly ever seeing her now. So we'll see what happens with this one. Again, it's 48 pages. Do you want to spend $6 for this book? Coming in at number 6, you got it's sad week when number 6 is a reprint. So it's Thunderbolts issue 1, as we reliving the original tales of the Thunderbolts from back in the day. Issues 1 and 2. So we're going to get a reprint of it. So it's called Tales of the Marvel Universe Thunderbolts issue 1. That's all it is. So if you want that, it's 100 pages and this one is $8. This is the worst week, dude. All right, coming in at number 5, we have X-Men issue 14. Was Cyclops right? Are any of the X-Men right? Only one can judge them, and the day of judgment is here for good or ill, and the newest team of X-Men must face the truth about themselves and what they have done. So they're being judged by the Celestial. Is it the Celestial that was Avengers Tower or Mountain, or Avengers Celestial that was rebooted and now is judging people? Is that the one that's judging? I actually didn't mind the last issue of X-Men. I thought it was actually kind of cool just to see all the action, kind of destroying all those like celestial-like creatures from the Hex and whatnot, and we get to see them team up for the first time. Wasn't maybe the greatest introductory issue for a new team, right? Because it makes you feel like they were together forever, but I still enjoyed it for what it was, and I'll always read the original X-Men title, so we'll see what it has to offer. Now, if this was any other week, it probably wouldn't be this high on my list, but again, you see what books are. Yeah. All right. 28 pages, $4. Next, coming in at number 4, I think we're going to have a good story here. Ant-Man issue 2. So, in the last issue, we had Al Ewing do an issue with Ant-Man that took place in like the Silver Age time of Ant-Man, right? And we have futuristic Ant-Man looking for the past Ant-Man to go into the future, right? So it's kind of a time story there. And so the way it was written like Silver Age and everything else reminded you old school comics. All the narration in there was that way as well. So now we're taking a jump into the future. I think this book has potential to be really good, and I think the story is going to really kick off now in this issue. This is going to be the setup issue here. So looking forward to this one. 28 pages, $4. Coming in at number 3, we have the old reliable Spawn. This is issue 333. Al is alone. Allies have abandoned him, and new threats are emerging, and his mission is in doubt. Is this really the end? So we're getting close, I think, maybe to the end of this long story arc with Spawn protecting these doorways to heaven and hell, and people being stuck in like purgatory and people trying to kill him because of it. We've gotten to see the Spawn universe develop with all this stuff that's going on and whatnot. Great book. Always artwork is solid. You just can't go wrong with the price of Spawn. I'm always going to support it because of that price point. 24 pages, $3. Coming in at number 2, Amazing Fantasy issue 1000. Whether it's 1,000 issues or not, who cares? It's celebrating Amazing Fantasy. It's 60 years of Spider-Man. That's basically what it is. Maybe it should have said Amazing Fantasy 60th anniversary. I don't know. But this is an anthology book with all different writers doing short stories with Amazing Spider-Man. Now, whether you're into that or not, you can pick this book up. I will be picking it up. Dan Slott is writing in this book. I don't know if it have anything to do with what's going on in his adjectiveless Spider-Man book. Maybe there'll be a little like prelude to it. I don't know. Maybe that's why Edge of Spider-Verse is coming out. But again, it's Spider-Man. You know me. I love everything Spider-Man. Look behind me, right? So I'm going to have to check it out just to see what it is. It's 68 pages and $8. Now, when you think about all these books, if you were to get these books this week, you would have to do some hefty reading because there's a lot of annuals, oversized stories, and you have to pay a lot for these books. So I'm curious in the comments below, what are you going to spend this week on this 5th week of comics, right? Where books don't mean all that much. So what's my number one book this week? Well, it's the book that's the new number one that's coming out that actually does mean something, and that's Thunderbolts issue 1. That's right, guys. So we're going to get a new Thunderbolts team that is led by Clint Barton, so I'm looking forward to that, and we're going to see how he teams up with this other cast of characters, what this new team has in store. So yeah, by far this is going to be my most anticipated book since it's a new number one, and it has some, one of my favorite characters, Clint Barton, on there. So we'll see what it has to offer. 36 pages, $5. All right, so is there any noteworthy comics? Well, I'm just making it a push out there to let you guys know. If you're a collector of X-Force and are collecting the Judgment Day books, which I don't know too many people are, but there are some out there, and if you want to pick it up, that's great. You got X-Force issue 31. Next, not a Judgment Day tie-in. We have Knights of X issue 5. Then we go on to Marvel, more mutant books. We have Gambit issue 2. I was not a fan of that first issue, written by Chris Claremont, so I'm not going to be picking up this one, but maybe you guys might give it another chance. DC, we have Harley Quinn, the real sidekicks of the new Gotham special. So this is based off of the animated series. So if you're a fan of that, you might want to check this out. Fans of Vampirella, okay? And if you want a nice, gorgeous cover art, there are plenty of variants out there for you. Even the main cover looks great. This is Vampirella Year 1, Issue 2. So I guess maybe this is telling the tale of Vampirella's origin or her first year around. I don't know. I never read Vampirella, don't know anything about her, but looks good. And then for the Power Ranger fans out there, we have Power Rangers Unlimited Issue 1, The Death Ranger. Not a Power Ranger fan myself. I'm a Voltron guy, so I always looked at Power Rangers as a ripoff, or Alpha the Voltron, excuse me. But I'm not going to lie, it sounds kind of cool. Like, who's the Death Ranger? Is he out to kill all the Power Rangers and destroy them? I don't know. But if you're a fan of Power Rangers, you might want to check this one out. So there you guys have it. There are all the books that are coming out. 5th week of the month. Not too many great comics, but there is something out there for everybody. So let me know in the comments below what you might pick up this current week, or are you going to use it as a skip week to pick up back issues? So as always, guys, thank you so much. If you love the content, you know what to do. I'll leave you more content right here to click on if you want to keep watching. This is my top 10 comic book covers of the week. And guys, always remember, keep buying, keep collecting, but most importantly, always read your comic books. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.